Hey, Scotch lovers! This
Welcome to
is
Scotch.
Scotch for Dummies. We are having a great night tonight.
Hello!
And
Every night. Every night.
We have tonight only?
Yeah,
you know, we're doing a little Scotch review early, and this is one that I actually have had since my birthday.
Special.
We had such a queue of Scotch lined up that this is one of those birthday
Takes a
Scotches.
while to get to them, you know?
How many people
But we
have
get to 'em.
recommended this one to us?
So tonight we are trying Laphroaig 10
A lot.
Cask strength. So really, this is so on YouTube and Facebook and everybody that's watched us. This is one that people say you got to try it.
This is
real Scotch. This is it.
Batch 007.
Batch 007 bottled in January 2015. We bought this in
Pour it up, Q.
May
All
of
right.
2016. So this is
Going downhill.
Laphroaig is a classic island.
Just wait.
One of my favorites. I love the pungent peat smoke.
Yes.
This being cask strength, we're in for a shock here. It's 56% alcohol.
56.3.
Incredibly flammable.
Incredibly flammable.
And
We don't care about that.
So thus, essentially, what Laphroaig does is they take their bottles, and normally the normal bottling of Laphroaig 10, they dilute it to roughly 40% alcohol, and this is just straight out, filter it, and
Off you go.
strain it, and away you go. So this should be.
See, you know it's good and strong when you pour it and it sits right
It's just
there.
like coming
You're
up
like,
to you.
it's like a cloud just coming up and hitting you in the face and
Oh,
smacking
man.
you.
Man, but it smells
This is
great.
a beautiful.
Oh my lord.
This is not for your faint-of-heart Scotch drinker.
This brings the pain right here.
Do not waste this.
We should have a warning. Flash, flash. Do not try it at home unless
Do
you're a
not
Scotch
try-
drinker.
no.
This makes me want to move to that island and just freaking.
Oh my gosh, it
Are you-
smells like
Are you salivating?
So yeah, so this is really strong. It's very iodine.
Oh my
it's
God.
very peaty. Anybody that hasn't tried Laphroaig or at least Lagavulin will absolutely despise this
Yeah.
and won't appreciate it. So
this is one of the things where you hear, it smells like death. Well, I don't want to kill myself.
well,
all this.
you've seen
commercials,
Laphroaig's
right?
ads.
Right.
They're a brilliant marketing campaign right now. So I actually did send in a comment
Oh, yeah.
to Laphroaig. You know, I think I said. Tastes
Oh,
like a
man.
iodine bottle that got caught in a house fire or survived a house fire, something like that.
Yeah.
And this is what look at it. They're breathing out to get the alcohol out of their mouth.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait. This is exciting.
It's good.
Happy birthday.
This was a good present. And it's like you can't blow the candle out.
Holy moly. Wow. Welcome to the jungle, y'all.
I love that smoke. The smoke that you get on the very initial palate. If you take a sip in and you leave it in the front of your mouth. That's what I like to do. Because then you get that initial palate. It blends around a little bit in your mouth, and then you let it roll over your tongue, and just like. Whoa.
Wow, this is
opens up.
full.
Plus, you let it dilute in your saliva a little bit in the front of your mouth before you let it roll.
Oh my god, this is
You know what this
excellent.
is like? And this is the picture, the mental image I got on drinking this Scotch. You know in The Hangover, when they're hanging out with Mike Tyson, and all of a
Yeah.
sudden he hits him? That's this Scotch.
What's the song he's playing?
Phil Collins, man.
I'm the air tonight.
And you know, they're dancing or whatever, and then Mike Tyson knocks him out. That's this Scotch. Like, you take a sip, you're like, yeah, we're having a good time. Ow!
Everybody's dancing, all of a sudden.
We're bringing the A game.
Yep.
If I ever make
good.
it to this island and I visit this distillery and they say that they get the taste of this out of the rocks on the beach, I'm going down there and chewing on the rocks.
You're gonna lick 'em?
Right, I swear to God.
What's Mark doing?
I don't know, they told me the Scotch was made from the rocks. I'm on there chewing on it.
He's trying to find a job and a place to live.
We'll work for Scotch.
He likes rocks.
One of the things they tell you about tasting Scotch is you're supposed to keep it in your mouth for 1 second per year, or whatever it is.
Not
This is
about
too
that
hot.
with this one.
You can't do that. You gotta. And now I'm gonna be really interested in tasting this with water to see how it compares to
not ready
the
yet.
fully diluted. But
I can't believe how sweet it is too. It's
It's
nice.
super sweet. Like, it's got the smoke and the iodine. It's got so much going on in this glass.
yeah,
The iodine is not that. I mean, it's there, but it's not overpowering.
No, everything blends very well.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know how they do that. How they kept that
That's amazing.
mixture so well.
We should go find out.
Anybody have any spare tickets to Scotland?
So much better than just the regular,
Yeah, absolutely.
initial label from Laphroaig.
I think you're right, and the
This
reason
is
I think that,
amazing.
because so my memory of Laphroaig 10's, regular strain is it's kind of this pungent, almost burning iodine smoke.
Medicine-y.
Yeah, it's a lot more.
this.
It seems more harsh to me than this does neat.
It's
Yeah.
Now we've also talked about in the past
Yeah,
that
pass her back.
the high alcohol works well with the high phenols, and so that it
Very
really makes
well.
a good.
Right.
They balance each other out, and that's why at 56% alcohol, I don't feel it's like burning my head apart.
Now this
No.
should hold the water just fine. All right.
yeah,
I
but
mean,
if it's like the original 10, like Andrew was saying, I think putting too much water in here is going to unbalance what they've got going on. Because what they got going on right now is
but it's
amazing.
But one thing we've realized though, and especially in Islay, is that they're stronger because they can hold the water.
They can hold the water. They can hold everything.
Let's see what this does to it.
This is amazing.
Wow.
Again,
I'll tell you what,
so you can just
know
take
what
that-
the water does to the nose right off the bat? It, first of all, it kills the alcohol burn in your sinuses, so you smell much more sweet. You
Holy
really smell the
cow.
sweetness in there. I mean, it just smells like a piece of candy.
Butterscotch.
Yeah, I mean, it kills
I think
the-
it's sweet right now.
Right.
Wait till you
What?
smell it now.
Oh, it does smell like a butterscotch candy. Absolutely.
That's serious butterscotch.
Because all the water's doing
That
is
smells
killing the
delicious.
alcohol burn on your sinus.
Right.
I mean, it's
I like that part.
Yeah, it tastes like it smells like a Werther's original. You know,
Wow.
that kind of
Yeah.
butterscotch.
Now,
good
interestingly, it's smokier now to me.
Really? On the nose?
I know. No, on the taste.
Well, see, so that's what I still have the residual in my mouth from the previous undiluted drink, and that's like all that my senses can handle right now. I need to run this through.
Man, this might be exactly what you said a minute ago about blending. And this, I'm afraid that it may have ruined the blend a little bit. I'm not sure. Because it's different now.
I get the barbecue smell now.
okay.
I get the sweet and
Yeah,
smoke.
so it's interesting in the fact that I actually
Wow.
like the nose with the water, but I like the palate without it.
I was going to say the same thing. The palate is kind of morphed a little bit.
Now, mind you, without it neat, that's a long drink, boys. That's
Yeah.
a long
Well, the other
drink,
thing we need to
right?
consider is that this content, this smoke, you just let that glass
Let
sit
that
for
bad
10
boy
minutes.
sit, yeah.
Let's get a complete change.
Air it out,
Yeah.
man.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Air the boys out. Yeah.
Yeah, air them out, man. Lift that kilt
the
up
rocks.
and let it go. This is definitely much better than the
What's
regular 10.
the price tag of this bad boy? Any idea?
Birthday present doesn't know.
This is in the $80 or $90 range, if I remember right.
It's
No,
got,
it's
I just got to say, it's got
It's
to
a
be
pretty
up
high
there.
dollar.
I would imagine, say $100 probably.
I mean, so that's
I bet it's
that.
not that much, but I bet every bit of 80 or 90.
Yeah.
Well, lead us off there, Sean. What do you
All
think
right.
about this?
So,
Oh, wait a minute. I
He
told.
poured.
Oh.
yeah.
I'm
So
letting him
I'm
off the
up.
hook for pouring.
All right.
You want to start us off, Drew?
I'll do whatever.
Drew's
you-
lead off man tonight.
Sean is
I'll
already
do it.
warming up. Usually.
Go for it.
So, okay, I'll go. I ain't
Go.
scared.
Oh, he's stirring
I ain't
down.
scared. This, I tell you, this is one of my faves now. This is really
Really?
good. Yeah.
Hello, boy, all of a sudden.
like it.
man.
I don't know.
Oh,
Right.
but no, that's the beauty. He can go from pineapple to
I just
to
love it.
Isla like
No,
that.
I'm just telling you guys, a year ago he was scoffing at Johnny Black, man. He
I
was like,
was.
"This is one of my new favorites."
This is
I like it.
this is the throatiest kind of scotch you've ever had.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's pretty up there. It's strong, but you know what? The alcohol is not so strong where it's like, oh my god, I can't breathe. I've had some scotch that's like that, and this is not that overbearing. The taste is heaven. I mean, it really is. They've done an amazing job. I don't, like you said earlier, I don't know how they did it, but the blend from the sweet to the smoke to the peat. How it, from the nose to hit your mouth and the palate and the after, man, it works. Now, I will say that we talked about a minute ago, the water, I think I like the water on the nose. I'll agree with you. It actually sweetened it up for me.
You did, absolutely.
But I think it kind of ruined the palate. I think, and I'm going to take one more sip real quick just to double check that.
It didn't ruin the palate.
No.
It changed it, but it sure the heck
It
didn't
ruined it
ruin
for me compared to what I had initially on the neat.
Really? Oh my gosh.
The
this
neat
is
to me
still-
was amazing on the palate. Now it kind of washed it down a little bit. So I do not recommend putting water on it if you want to taste it. But I still think this is a very, very, very good scotch. price point wise, it's up there, but you're paying for that, and you know what you're gonna get, and you're expecting it. It's
quality.
delivery.
Glass is gonna last you
It's
a long
delivery.
And that's the
Right.
beauty is it's high alcohol, and the taste, you just take one sip and 5 minutes later you can take another one. You
Right,
don't
this bottle
need-
lasts
You
you a
can
long
pour a
time.
dram of this and let it sit there while you're doing something. Come back 15 minutes later, it's going to open up some more. It's going to taste even better. I think it's very worth the money. I'm going to say I'm going to go 3.5.
Wow.
Yep, it's that good.
Hallelujah.
So this Scotch, I didn't think that the water necessarily undid the flavor profile. Neat, it had a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
There was floral, there was sweet, there was smoke, and they were blended together very nicely, but you could distinctly pull out different elements of the flavor profile. The nose was good. I think if you would have let it sit for about 15 or 20 minutes and let it breathe for a little bit, then it would have just been ideal. But we don't have that kind of time, so we'll force ourselves to drink it straight out of the bottle like that, right?
Oh, wow.
With the water, I thought that the palate kind of lost its edge a little bit. It was still good, but some of the delicate notes, like some of the floral and things that I was just picking out, just hints of here and there, the water just kind of killed it. I think it would have been a much better exercise in taste and smell just to leave it alone as a neat glass
Right.
and call it a day.
What he said. Exactly.
But it's a great glass of
It
Scotch.
is. It's damn good.
And really for the money, I mean, it's not that bad. $80, $90 for a really good Islay, I think that it's well worth the money. I'm going to give it a 3. I think it's a good glass of Scotch and well worth seeking out if you've got the time.
If you think about though the price you're getting and the value of this, it's going to last.
Oh, a long time.
Absolutely.
Well, you're talking 56% alcohol, so if you were getting a 40% alcohol bottle, now you've
Right.
got,
One
a
and a half.
bottle
Right.
and a half,
So
basically.
it's all a big value to me.
Yeah. So it's
Well,
good.
out of curiosity, does anybody know what the quick price point is of the regular Laphroaig 10?
I think that's in the 55.
Yeah, I was going to
Yeah,
say
so
50,
50s.
55.
Right off the bat, the nose neat is pretty hot. 56% alcohol. What are you going to get, right? It's going to burn your sinuses. So the water helped that on me, and it made it so much more sweet. Ironically enough, I haven't put my finger on exactly what the difference is, but I can smell the difference between a Laphroaig and a Lagavulin. I mean, they're very similar. Heck, they're right next door to
Sure.
each other.
We've gotta
But,
do a comparison.
There's
I
just
agree with
something
that
I can
statement,
close
though.
my
There's
eyes, I can
something
smell, it, I can say that's a Laphroaig or that's a Lagavulin.
Yep.
I put the water on it, and the nose just sweet, but it still had that Laphroaig quality. I could still smell Laphroaig in there. I was like, that's good stuff. Neat, hot, yes, but I loved it. Very long lingering. A dram of this will last you a whole cigar stick. I mean, this one's going. This one's
It's a
going
great
the
cigar
distance.
smoker.
It is. It's going a long way with you. The water changed it. I didn't like it quite as much, but after I let it sit, and Andrew made a good point. You pour the water on, and then you go to take a sip too early after you still have the previous sip from
Yeah.
5
That's
minutes
true.
ago.
That's
You need to
true.
let that chill out before you come back and try to judge that. So I waited until you two got through your reviews, and I took that. And it's not as bad as it initially was with the water. It's still pretty good. It was smooth. I think it's a great dram. I'm really curious to see what would happen if we poured a glass and just sat on it for 45 minutes through a couple games of darts or something. 'Cause
We'll probably do that as soon as we're done
We're
here.
done with this one.
So anyway, I'm going to give it a 3. I think it's a great, for $90, I think it's a great value, to be honest with you. This is a long-lasting bottle for anybody. This is going to, if I had this
really
bottle at
good.
home, it's going to be at home with me for a long, because I'm not
Yeah.
going to be hitting it every day.
No,
and
it's
then
not
when
an
I
everyday
do hit it,
Scotch.
I'm going to hit it slow and steady and
definitely wanna have a
enjoy
bottle.
every
Yeah.
stinking, and it just lasts a long time. So 3 for me. I honestly think this is my favorite Laphroaig expression right now. It really is.
Yeah.
As far as we've had 2 or 3 other Laphroaigs, right?
Yep.
So I think this is my
The
favorite
quarter
one.
cask
of
in
them,
the
so
town,
yeah. Andrew,
All right.
Your
Guess
wheelhouse.
what? This is in my wheelhouse.
No. You have a wheelhouse?
I have a wheelhouse. That smoke, the peat, the iodine. I think I can describe in my view the difference between a Laphroaig and a Lagavulin.
Interesting.
And that the Lagavulins tend to have be more earthy,
okay.
whereas this is more of the smoke and peat. It's a brighter, stronger versus a kind of a earthy, mossy. There's more of that to a
Mossy.
Lagavulin.
Mossy, I can see.
And
I like
so this is I agree. This is my favorite Laphroaig that I've tasted. Now we've tried the 10 regular strength, we've tried the quarter cask, and we've tried the 10 cask strength.
Cask strength.
Quarter cask I think is better. This is good. This is better. I'm going to give this a 3.5. Well, so
Giddy up.
I'm gonna give this a 3.5 neat
That's
because
Me too.
I really like this neat.
Yep.
And because it has so much more in the nose, and I think it has more in the flavor profile too.
Yep.
But you just have to just nip at your glass. You can't
Right.
can't shoot it. You can't do.
And you shouldn't.
No,
It's
you
not-
No,
shouldn't.
you're right. It's not
Great.
meant to shoot.
This is good because
Can shoot a little bit.
And
Yeah.
for me to worry about the value of a bottle of this, that's one of my big things too.
Yep.
It is an investment, and that you have to be of the means to be able to get the $100 bottle, $90 bottle, whatever it is. But again, you can make that last a long time.
You're gonna enjoy it.
Yeah. And
It's
it's worth
better
the
if
money.
you could split it with friends, because I'm afraid a bottle, if it was open for 2 years, it may lose something over the course of
That's
that
true
time.
too.
Yeah.
That's a good
So
point.
if you can go in with a friend or somebody you know and just share the bottle.
It might lose something over 6 to 9 months.
It might.
I mean, we've had several bottles that
I mean, so you start a fire in the backyard and you pour a couple of your friends a glass of this and you guys sit out there all night, stoking a fire and enjoying
Yeah,
the
so,
glass.
so if you have guys that haven't done a lot of scotch but like cigars,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
the time to introduce this
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Because this one could absolutely handle a
They'll
cigar.
compliment
well,
that
and
cigar like nothing.
it'll bring out the sweet notes
Oh,
of the
yeah.
scotch when you're smoking the cigar.
Yep.
And
We've discovered that for
does
ourselves,
have
and it's
them in
great.
It does have
But
them.
but you have to have a scotch that can handle.
So that's the beauty
smoking
of the
cigar
sweetness
with.
of this, whereas I get, this is more sweet, whereas Lagavulins are more earthy. And that's kind of that's my opinion of what the differences are at that point. So
Fair enough.
let me know if you agree.
There is a difference.
But this is a great scotch, 3.5 for me,
3.5 for me.
3 and 3.
Three.
So 3 1/4.
3 and a
Great
quarter.
Really
scotch.
good scotch.
Good job,
Spend the money if
Laphroaig.
you got it. Try it out.
I
but
cannot wait to hear comments on this one. I'll tell you. This is
It'll
gonna
be good.
one.
We've
Yeah,
had a
good.
few recommendations. So
Yeah,
it's-
cast strength 10.
Ten.
Delicious.
Cheers.
Love it. Thanks for watching. Hey, Scotch lovers. Thanks for watching.
Joining the conversation.
More videos below.
And hit subscribe before you go so you can get the new videos when they come out.
Slotcha.
Cheers.